Hi everyone, it's Ms. Lopez. Welcome to your lesson on box whisker plots. So what are box whisker plots? As many other graphs and diagrams in statistics, box and whisker plot is widely used for solving problems. A box whisker plot, also known as a box plot, is a graph that represents visually data from a 5-number summary. These numbers are the median, upper and lower quartile, minimum and maximum data values, also known as the extremes. So let's take a look at the basic characteristics of a box whisker plot. The first thing that I want you guys to notice is that down here along the bottom you have a scale. And this scale can go from anywhere from 0 to any value depending on what you need your box whisker plot to show. In this particular example, each tick mark represents 0.5. There are 4 basic sections on a box whisker plot. They include the 4 different colored sections on this graph, and each section will make up 25% of the data, hence the name quartiles. Let's start with the lower extreme. The lower extreme is the smallest value in a given data set. The upper extreme is the highest value in a given data set. The median value is the middle number of the data set. Please note, this is not necessarily the average of the data set. It's just the number in the middle, the physical middle of the data set. The lower quartile is 25% of the data below the median. So from this point right here to this point right here. In other words, the part of the box that is shaded in yellow. The upper quartile is 25% of the data above the median. So from this point right here to this point right here. In other words, the part of the box that's shaded in blue. The whiskers are the lines that extend from the boxes. So here is your lower whisker. Here is your upper whisker. Let's learn how to make a box whisker plot by doing an example. Step 1. Put the numbers in order, even if they repeat. So you're given a data set. In this case, it's a number of puppies born per litter. The first thing you're going to do is take these numbers and put them in order from least to greatest. Now I have the numbers arranged in increasing values. So from 4 all the way up to 12. Step 2. Find the median. In other words, the number that is in the middle of your data set. In this case, when the numbers are in order, the number that is in the middle is 7. You'll notice that for this number 7, we have 6 sets or 6 data points below it and 6 data points above it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers below. Even though these numbers are the same, they are still a data unit. Now sometimes your data set will include an even number of numbers. If that's the case, then what you do is you find the average of the 2 middle numbers. Step 3. Find the middle of the upper and lower halves. So here is the lower half of my numbers, which includes 6 sets of numbers. So because I have an even number of numbers, I'm going to find the average of the 2 middle numbers, and that is going to be my point value or location of what I'm looking for. So in this case, the answer is 6. Next, I'm going to find the middle of my upper values. Again, since I have an even number of numbers, I'm going to find the average of the 2 numbers in the middle. In this case, 8.5. Step 4. Find your extreme values. These are going to be the lowest value in your data set and the highest value in your data set. Now that we've identified the various points on our data set, we're ready to draw a box and some whiskers on our data. We are simply going to divide our data set up into four equal quadrants or four equal sections. When we scale it, those sections might not be equal, but at least let's find out where these numbers are going to be. Start by putting a box around your lower and upper quartiles. Next, draw a line where your median is going to be. Then we're going to use horizontal lines to indicate the whiskers. Now that the data is divided into the four quartiles, we can use this to help us draw a scaled box plot. It's important to keep in mind that when you draw a scaled box plot, your median may not appear to be in the center of the box. It may appear to be off to one side. You may also notice that your whiskers or even your quartiles are not the same size anymore. So using a numbered line, first thing you're going to want to do is place the line in the median where it belongs on the graph. In this case, our median was at 7. Next, you'll draw your box. Your box is going to go all the way down to your lower quartile and all the way up to your upper quartile. Remember that on our example, our upper quartile was 8.5, so I'm guesstimating somewhere between 8 and 9. Lastly, you're going to add your whiskers. The whiskers should reach all the way to your lower extreme, and then the upper whisker will go all the way to your upper extreme. That's it. You have successfully drawn a box whisker plot. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.